Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Um, this video is a little bit different as you've already seen from the title. Normally I stick to making reaction videos and that's pretty much it. But for this video, and I'm going to preface this by saying I'm aware that I don't need to make this video. No one here that watches this channel is actively crying out, desperate for me to make a video about any of the Madein songs. But in full disclosure, I like to tell you guys where I'm at certain points when it comes to what I'm working on, what I'm behind on, and there were two videos for the group Madein that I was planning on doing a reaction for. One of those being dopamine, one of those being Dadarita. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but it's not really consequential right now. So here's the thing. Most of you are already on social media. You know what's going on. But there's a massive scandal revolving around this group, specifically one member, Gun, and the CEO of their company, 143 Entertainment. It's a pretty relatively new young label. I think the only other group that they have representing that they are representing is Icon. But for those who might not know, there is the scandal that's going on is that the CEO, a 40 plus year old man, has taken advantage of and sexually assaulted this member Gun. Now, right now, everything is still being talked about. Of course, we have her words, we have the company's words. Normally, when you get a situation like this, there is obviously the court of public opinion. There are people who are going to say 100% believe her. There are usually, in other circumstances, going to be people that say believe the company. We saw that with the 50-50 situation, except that wasn't about sexual assault. So I'm not making a parallel here. I'm just saying in general arguments or debates, you're going to have people taking both sides. This isn't one of those things. This may be the first issue where I've never seen anyone take the company side. Everyone on social media is taking Gun's side, and rightfully so, because this is an absolutely disgusting, terrible thing. Now, I want to kind of be careful with what I say because I do side with her. The more I'm reading, the more I believe her. But we still don't have, to the best of my knowledge, concrete evidence. We have a blurred out video where it was alleged that it was her because people tracked down that it was the group. And then apparently 143 did put out a statement. They didn't deny anything, which makes it look worse. They also, well, actually, sorry, let me back up. They did deny it, but they didn't say any sort of apology, and they didn't say that they will investigate it. They just basically came out and said, this is false. Now, this is a small label. This isn't some big corporation, like JYP, Hive, anything like that, where a denial would still have other departments to check them and look into it. This is a small company with basically one or two people running it, as far as I know. One of those people being the one involved. It's like the calls coming from inside the house. Like, of course, you're going to deny that you did something. But the evidence has also been coming out that not only did he sexually assault her, but that, he actually made an apology to the parents and said he would step away from the group, and then he didn't. And then he was on a plane sitting right next to her, and it made her really uncomfortable and frightened. And yeah, for good reason, especially if all of this is, if we're taking this to be fact. And again, the more I read, the more I'm assuming that she is telling the truth, because why would she lie about this? Now, in America, we have a different issue. Women lie about stuff like this sometimes to get out of situations. I don't think that's happening here because not only is she jeopardizing her career by coming forward with this, but Korea has a whole different standard for uh, how people can get away with or not get away with sexual assault. Now, don't get me wrong, it's obviously a crime in America, but yeah, it's harder for women to come forward in Korea, I feel like, because it's even more patriarchal over there. So I guess all of this summarization and rambling is to say I'm not going to give the company the platform of doing the reaction here on a widespread big platform like YouTube. However, I do think that the girls worked hard and that their work deserves to be reacted to, recognized, and appreciated. So, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to react to it here on the YouTube channel unless somehow it comes out that all of this is false. But even then, if it comes out that it's false, then the group is going to be surrounded in controversy even more. So maybe still not then either. And again, that's like a 0.001% chance at this point. But what I will do for anybody who does want to appreciate their work and see it, I will post the reaction on Patreon for those two videos. That way you're able to watch if you want, and you're free to not do so if you want, but it won't be giving them the platform here on YouTube. So I hope that is an acceptable compromise. And if you've made it this far into the video, which is already much longer than I intended it to be, I appreciate you taking the time to listen. And hopefully everyone understands why I don't want to give them the platform on YouTube. Because again, people are calling for the boycott on 50/50. And again, I'm not comparing the two in the sense of them being the same issue, but the thought process of, well, why aren't you boycotting 50/50 when there's all this and whatever? Because with that, first off, there were genuinely two sides, and people chose sides. With this, there's no sides. This is, you're either supporting a young girl who, by the way, was a minor when all of this happened. She recently turned 19. She was 18 at the time, and in Korea, that's still a minor as far as I understand. So, not that that makes it any better if she weren't a minor, because this guy is still in his 40s trying to pursue a 19-year-old if that were the case. But yeah, it obviously makes it worse that she's a minor. But again, going back to the rationale, there's no sides here. You're either supporting her or you're just not saying anything. I haven't seen a single person come forward and say, you know what? I think the company's right on this one. We're not going to get that, because pretty much if you do that, one, kind of an asshole, but two, like, what basis are you going on to say that the company's telling the truth? So, anyway, at least with the 50/50 situation, you had conflicting evidence and you could make your own opinion. This, I don't feel, is going in that direction. And as for 50/50, you know, I love 50/50. I'm going to see their concert this week. I will be front row, actually, and I've been reacting to their videos. But the other members in the first 50/50 group, I'll support them too when they come out. If the music is good, I will be here reacting to them. This isn't a I support abuse or don't support abuse issue. This is I'm supporting the artist and their music. The only reason I'm making a distinction here is because of the nature of the issue, and because, again, there does not seem to be anything that supports that the company might even possibly be right. So I would rather be on the right side of history here. So again, thank you if you've made it this far, and I will summarize this in the description for anybody who didn't. But thanks, guys. Take care.